Hello, everybody in the PokeCenter and Pika fam. We are all part of the same family, of course. Waiting for Ethereum, waiting for Bitcoin to go up. There's going to be a bit of an altcoin rinsing like we're seeing right now. Feels like there's one more Jeet attack left. We're going to see, like, it's actually interesting. We're right near that end, man. We're right near the end of that bear part. During this phase, for example, on Pika, just give you guys an idea. So I've seen this happen to other coins. So during this part, what happens is there are people clicking sell. They're selling all of their bag. They just go chase whatever's moving. So they're non-believers. So they just sell everything. So everything of their whole bag just to go move into like the biggest green candle. And then that rinses. And you need them to get out. You need them to get out. Because here's the thing, right? If we just went up, they sell anyway. You see? So these people, they're actually here. Like they're only here for the next 2 months, max 30 days. So they're like cheating. And then eventually we rise up and then we discover a new price. In an ideal world, they would just get this. It would go up, they get out, it comes back down. But we don't get that, right? It's very rare to get that. You need like a catalyst push. You need like, 500,000 person followers, like Ansor. You need Ansor to start tweeting about that, but then it becomes nefarious. There's like, you bring in too many non-believers, it's almost like you have to get it, but we don't get any of that, right? That's like, it's basically like a unicorn attention type of grabbing event. So we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's what's going on, friends. That's what's going on in this cheating rinse zone. That's what happens. So there are people, they're like, oh, I love it. I want to be here forever. Yeah, but then they see other stuff moving and they'll pick away from that altcoin stack. That's what they'll do. Once you've rinsed enough of them, you discover the higher price, okay? It's then kind of funny, man. What's going to happen is they're going to come back in. So there's people who's rinsing out and then he comes back up and then they come back in and like, crap, now I've got to get in. And it just repeats all over again until you get the most final big move, like where you just go bang, bang, something happens, but you need a big catalyst. You need a big catalyst at the end. And not a Pika catalyst, not a PokeChain catalyst. You need like a big macro one. Maybe Pepe hits 100 billion. Maybe Bitcoin hits 200K. Maybe Ethereum's 12K. I don't know. Just big catalysts out there where people just get FOMO, everything. We're like, we are a cult. We are a religion chain. What are you doing? This is going to billions. And everyone comes in. So that's the mania part of that final phase, okay? So I'm just glad I could at least communicate this to you so you understand what's going on. So when a coin goes sideways, you always hear people say, it's doing nothing. It's a scam. It's trapped and stuff. But you never hear me say that. I say it's still rinsing. I always say rinse. You know when you have like a sponge fence and maybe you just wipe the table, you've got some you got some dirt and some grime and some sludge. Yeah, you got to put it under the tap and just rinse. You have to just keep rinsing it out to get it out. Yeah, that's what it is. Rinse the non-believers. And eventually, when do we stop rinsing? Well, I mean, like you're always rinsing. However, there is a point. I mean, like at some point, people see the rinsing so much, they get so much FOMO because they can see the pattern now, right? So they go, I'll just put it on this chart just for an example. They saw this rinse. They saw this rinse, go up, rinse, go up. And they're like, hey, it's happening again. I'm not going to miss out on this. Pop up. Oh, I'm not missing out on that. And then it keeps going. You see what I mean? So the rinsing periods in the bull market, they get shorter in time, okay? So that's how you actually travel up the parabola, okay? That's actually traveling up what a parabola looks like. So if you go back here, that's how you get this chart. You see? So what I'll do is I'll draw it nice and smooth, okay? So you have these see these parts? Up, rinse, like that, up. You see how you're traveling up the parabola and you're getting less rinsing time. You get less and less. And that's the bull market stuff because you're just onboarding a lot of people who aren't here. And like all of us believe here. I have friends. I have complete faith that like if Bitcoin shits the bed tomorrow, and anything happens, you and I, we're still holding. Where are we going? You can't even sell anyway. You see? So you're fine. there's a difference though. At some point, this community is going to have a lot of non-believers. That's it. And it's not anyone here. Don't think like, oh, you're going to be selling on each other. No. There's going to be people who, maybe PulseChain's up 20x from here, PLS. So they come in, they're like, oh, there's a PokeCenter. This guy wears a Pikachu hat. Okay, I don't want to just focus it on me, but I'm just saying with you guys, everyone out here in the community, you got different coins, different personalities of each Pokemon. You guys are going to do some creative stuff, maybe some NFT sets, having fun with KOLs. Trust me, there's a lot of creative things we can do, man. Just like we just ride the momentum. We're just so early in that. That's like, we're like, let's get to PokeCenter at 100 million to 200 million size first. Then we can even think about that profile pick. You see what I mean, man? It's just like, it's part of the journey. That's the fun part. Because you're in early, it's great. But as you start to get them in those price zones, you get a lot of people where you know they're not really believers. Because you know, you're like, dude, you only came after Richard Hart defeated the SEC, for example. Or you only came to crypto after Bitcoin went above $100,000. When we were all here like in 2022, 2023, from PulseChain launch, watching everything get rinsed. You see what I mean? So, and by the way, those first rounds of non-believers, I don't even want to use that term. They're just, it's more emotional money. It's momentum money. The first rounds of them do really good. They actually do really good. Okay. So what happens is there might be people buying, let's say there are people buying Pika at like 60 million and they're coming in, and then you're going to be scared. Like, and by the way, if Pika's up like say 6x from here, there'll be like other poker chains. Maybe they're up like 13x, 15x, 20x, and they'll be buying it, and they'll sound really aggressive. Like they'll sound like they believe harder than you and me. They'll sound like they do. Like, of course it's gonna go up, bro. Because Pepe's 100 billion, right? I'm just giving you examples here, and Doge is like 80 billion. But what happens is these people will then shock you again. Okay, they shock you again because they'll make money. Okay, and then you almost question yourself, like, shit, man, I think I don't actually understand this market at all. But no, what's actually happening is these people winning attracts other people who want to win as well. And then eventually you don't have believers anymore. You just have people who are in just to win. They're not there because they believe. They're there because they heard someone else making a lot of money. Now they're in, and now there's momentum. You get it? And then they overstay their welcome. That's ultimately the retailers. I don't say retailers. It could be Avalanche people and Cardano people just bridging in because they want a piece of the Ethereum money rotating to pump Pulse. You see, people come in, they trade different stuff going around here. So that's how it all happens. I want you to guys completely understand. So we're aware every single step of the way what happens. And don't worry, man. If everything goes to shit now, I'm not selling. Who's going to sell? We're still here. What can they do? Who's they? You know what I mean? Like, it's us. It's us. We're just yelling into the open space, okay? Once the ship gets bigger, though, different story. Okay, different story. The goal is to get to the ship being big, though. That's the goal, isn't it? You go up, people are selling, they distribute, then you have other stuff coming in. Look, I'll be honest. You're going to find people let's say Pika's 50 million market cap. Pika's 50 million. Let's say PokeCenter itself is 100 million. You're going to find people, they're going to go, oh, PokeCenter's 100 million. There are other ecosystems out there that are inferior to it. They're not as fun, and they're like 1 billion. So this PokeCenter is undervalued by 10x. They want to join at that moment. They want to see ecosystems as a meta and everything else appear so they can compare. But you and I, we're taking the most risk. We don't even know if this thing is even going to work. Like, we have no idea. We're literally just standing around here, like just praying that it's all going to work out. And that's why you get the biggest reward of all. Just throwing our Pokeballs out here. So, yeah. Remember, no one even knows, man. Meme cults and religions. We're like, oh my gosh, we are a meme coin ecosystem looking to be a cult. But we're just so early, like we're a meme. And we're on PulseChain, which is gatekept. A religion chain that's priced as a celebrity meme coin. So, you're getting the point now, right? But that's early Bitcoin, man. That's early Hex. You didn't have the precedent and the evidence and the cycle charts to look at. It was just see what happens. So yeah, we are taking a risk, man. Like, you know, what if the product market fit went to revenue sharing DeFi utility tokens? You know, not tax rerouting like other ecosystems, not that, but actual, like, you know, other DeFi stuff. What if the product market fit went to there? Then you and I, we would just be allocated to them. We wouldn't even be here. You see, it's just the universe we live in. There's product market fit for everything we're doing. There is. Okay, this is not an accident because we've tried all the other stuff. Okay, I own all the other stuff. They're just not moving. People don't care. You know, I'm listening to people coming in. We're like, oh, bro, like, okay, it's just a picture of a dog. It's just a picture of a Pikachu. It's just a picture of a Ditto. It's just a picture of a Meowth. You're buying it already? My gosh, you've come into crypto for 15 minutes. You want to buy these already? Go, yeah, of course I do. You see that? They're not coming in saying, well, I want to spend 9 hours on this DeFi governance voting structure and this layer 2 chain to see the liquidity dispersion around. They don't give a shit about that, man. They don't care. I remember exactly 4 years ago, Shiba Inu did a 400x in literally 48 hours. Early January 2021, man. So just, what if people are going to come in? Hey, I want the Pokemon coins. I want the Pokemon coins. I'll be telling them, dude, they're not Pokemon coins. There's more. They're like, blah, 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 blah. I want the Pokemon coins. Okay. Okay. Like I said, they will embarrass us by like, how are they going to embarrass us? Because they're going to make faster money and they're going to be more aggressive. Okay. Because I'm just, you'll see. You'll see.